Hi, Algebra 2 kids. Today you're going to work some system stuff. We're going to start getting into ideas around how to solve 3x3 systems. Remember, a 3x3 system, when I say that, I'm referring to one with 3 variables, kind of like the one that I have here. We've done a couple in class, but this one kind of starts to get at one of the more systematic ways to solve a 3x3 system. And we're actually going to eventually use our calculators to help us out with this. I called this, what did I call it on your worksheet? I called it back plugging. So I want to solve this thing by back plugging. Notice that the bottom, the middle row, the middle equation does not have a x term. And the bottom equation does not have an x term or a y term. It's only got this z term. So when I have an equation that's set up like this, you can see, you probably already figured out what z is while looking at this. I can divide both sides by 2 and get that z is equal to 2. So from here, what I can do is, and actually maybe I'll box that, because that's one of my answers. So I want to figure out, my next thing I'm going to do is figure out what y is. So if you look at this equation right here, it's got a z in it, right? And I know that z is 2. So what I can do is rewrite that as 3y minus 2 is equal to minus 8. Add 2 to both sides, I get 3y equals minus 6. Divide by 3, and I get y equals negative 2. So now I got x and I've got z and I've got y. So from here I can jump. So, and I've noticed, like, I have used this equation. I'm done with it. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. I've already done it. I've used it. I've kind of like used it up all the way. Same thing with this one. I've kind of used it up all the way. I can't get any more juice out of it, right? So the last one I'm going to do is I'm going to find out what x is, and I'm going to use this equation right here. Notice I got z here, and I know that z is 2. I also have y here, and I know that y is negative 2. So what I'm going to do is take this guy and write it as 3x. Instead of writing plus y right here, I'm going to write minus 2 because I know that y is negative 2. So I get minus 2. And then if you look here, I've got plus z, and I know z is 2. So I'm going to write plus 2. And then I fill in my 6. So I get equals 6. So from here, I can, well, it's nice here. The plus 2 and the minus 2 cancel. Just give me 3x equals 6. And then divide by 3, I get x equals to 2. Box that guy. So my final answer, and I'm going to write it in a coordinate form, x comma y comma z. So it's 2, that's this guy, comma y is negative 2, so negative 2, comma this thing, 2. So that's my answer for that thing. So you have a worksheet that you're going to work through for the rest of the period. The front side of it has 6 problems like this, which will all be pretty mellow. You can see I think the first one's the easiest, and then I kind of changed some things up here and there with each of the problems with what is it, A through F, but I think that they should be no problem to get through. Then the second little set of problems there is some 3x3s that I want you to solve by hand. I'd like you to try to use substitution, some of the ideas that we've talked about the past couple days. We've tried a couple of 3x3s. I haven't given you huge amount of strategies, but we're starting to figure out how to do them. A should be not too bad at all. And B, although it's got variables everywhere, so if you, hopefully you have that worksheet already. Maybe we could pass that out right now. I don't know. Anyway, so B, so everyone knows what I'm talking about. So B, on the second part, number 2, you want to kind of get rid of one of the equations, like solve for y or x or z, and one of them plug it into the other ones, and then reduce it down to a 2 by 2 and solve the 2 by 2. And go back up and figure out the last variable. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about because we've done that in class a little bit. And in the back, there's 5 word problems. You don't need to solve them. I just want you to make a 3 by 3 system of equations for each word problem. So I'm pretty sure that each one should have 3 equations and 3 variables. I think they're all 3 by 3s. If you have extra time, go ahead and solve them. But if you don't have time to solve them, that's okay. Sorry, my iPad cut out there, and I don't really know where I ended. I think I was talking about the 3 by 3 system word problems in the back. Anyway, I need you to write the equations, 3 equations for each one. I need you to do that for all 5 problems. If you don't, or if you have extra time at the end and you want to go ahead and solve some of them, go ahead and try that, but I'm not going to require it. You do need to finish this by the time the class period is over. So it shouldn't be too much work. I think everyone should be able to get through it just fine. Thank you.